Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we are going to solve this given rational equation x plus 33 divided by 35 plus x plus 50 divided by 29 plus x plus 27 divided by 64 equals to 6. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. As this problem appears to be very tricky, so we have to be very creative. So therefore, we are going to think outside the box. Now let's go ahead and move this 6 to the left hand side. As you can see in this next step, this 6 has become negative 6 once we move it to the left hand side. And if we look very closely on these numbers on the numerator and the denominator, all these numbers, we see a certain kind of pattern that I'm going to explain momentarily. And now we can see that we are dealing with the three different fractions. So therefore, let me go ahead and manipulate this number 6. I can break it down into -1, -2, and -3. As you can see in this next step, this -6 has been written as -1, -2, -3. Now let me go ahead and distribute these numbers. I'm going to move this -2 all the way with the very first fraction. And likewise, this -3 I am going to move with the next fraction, as you can see in this next step. And in this next step, I have chunked this equation into three parts, as you can see. And now let's focus on this very first bracket. We can see we got a 2 over here and our denominator is 35. So therefore I can write this 2 as 70 divided by 35. Likewise, in this next bracket, since our denominator is 29, so therefore this 3 could be written as 87 divided by 29. And finally, in this bracket, since we are dealing with the denominator 64, so therefore 1 could be written as 64 divided by 64. As you can see in this next step, this -2 has been written as 70 divided by 35. Likewise, this 3 has been written as 87 divided by 29, and finally 1 as 64 divided by 64. And now let's take care of this very first bracket. We know that our common denominator is going to be 35. So let me write down 35 in the denominator, and on the numerator is going to be x plus 33 minus 70 plus, likewise, in this next bracket, our denominator is going to be 29. So I'm going to write down 29 at the denominator, and on the numerator is going to be x plus 50 minus 87. And finally, in this next bracket, we can have denominator 64. So our common denominator is going to be 64 at the denominator, and we got on the top x plus 27 minus 64 equal to 0 on the right hand side. And now let's scan our numerators. 33 minus 70 is going to give us -37. Likewise, 50 minus 87 is going to give us -37. And likewise, 27 minus 64 is going to give us -37 as well. So therefore, our numerator is going to become x minus 37 divided by 35 plus x minus 37 divided by 29 plus finally x minus 37 divided by 64 equals to 0. And now we can see that x minus 37 is in common among all these three terms. So therefore, we are going to factor out x minus 37 outside, and inside this bracket we are going to have 1 divided by 35 plus 1 divided by 29 plus 1 divided by 64 equals to 0. And now we see that we got two factors, this factor and this factor, equal to 0. But then we know that this part over here cannot be equal to 0. So therefore, this factor has got to be equal to 0. Let me go ahead and write on x minus 37 equals to 0. Let's go ahead and move this negative 37 on the right hand side. So therefore, x turns out to be equal to 37. So therefore, our solution turns out to be x equal to 37. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.